Hi, everybody. This is Don Markland with Accountability Now, and welcome to the Morning Jolt, where we give you small tidbits of data, information, and inspiration to make better decisions today. It's a tactical podcast about making today better today. I was reading last night and this morning that unemployment just reached 20%, the highest since the Great Depression. Millions of Americans around the world are without work. The number's actually up to, I think, 33 million. And so I have been very lucky in my life to have been laid off and gone through that exercise, which is not fun, and I have history and practice in it. And so to help, my next 4 podcasts are all going to be about job hunting and what to do. So anybody listening, if you have been impacted, or you know someone impacted, or you know someone who knows someone who's impacted, and so through that, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon should cover all 33 million Americans. Send them this way and listen in. In this 4-part series, we're going to cover first LinkedIn Power Profile versus the resume. That's today. Second, we're going to cover job hunting versus applying. There's a difference. Then third, we're going to cover the magic 4-step interview. This thing is magic. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be about how to nail the job interview. And then fourth, we're going to cover follow-up and the job hunter's mindset. We're going to take each of these in turn. Today, it's all about the LinkedIn Power Profile versus the resume. And if you'll keep listening, I got a special gift here at the end for people that stay tuned in. Now, if you're job hunting, the first step that you should not do is spend 3 days on your resume. I hear this all the time. Somebody gets laid off, or they get fired or something like that, or they quit their job, and then they spend 3 days working on their resume. That is wasted effort. That is not step 1. That is actually step 2, and it should not take you 3 days. Step 1 is your LinkedIn profile. Why? I want you to think about this for a second. LinkedIn is your digital brand, your digital persona. In many ways, it is your digital currency. Here's some statistics I want you to lean in and pay attention to. LinkedIn has over 575 million registered members worldwide, 150 million in the U.S. alone. 44% of LinkedIn's users have an average salary of $75,000 a year. That's almost $25,000 higher than the nation's median. 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn regularly. So if you want a recruiter to find you, you better be on LinkedIn. From one recent study from Statistic Brain Research Institute, 122 million people got an interview through a LinkedIn connection. And of those 122 million, 35 million were hired from that connection that they made via LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is going to be one of your most important starting points and one of your most important pathways. So rather than spend all this time on everything you can do on your LinkedIn profile, I'm going to cover just a couple of things that you can do today. First thing, your picture matters. Get rid of the cartoons. Get rid of the fuzzy things or the picture where you've cut out that ex-boyfriend or that ex-girlfriend. Like, that is ridiculous. Have a nice picture. It is not expensive to use a smartphone, put it on portrait mode, go into some natural lighting, and take a nice shot. Dress appropriate, dress professional, and look good. Trust me. Grab a friend, grab a phone, dress sharp, get it done. Present yourself like the professional you are. If you go check out Jeb Blunt, Jill Conrath, Brant Page, those are some ideas you're going to really get some perspective on what that picture should look like. That's the first thing a recruiter or a hiring manager is going to see. They're going to look at you and say, do I want to work with this person? It's got to look good. Second, your headline. It's right below your picture. And some people just put their title there. This is huge. Recruiters use this as they are searching for potential fits. And again, it's the first thing people read when they find you. You want to maximize every character. And remember, there's only 120 that you can use, so you got to use them all. Stand out. Use a voice. Be unique. So I'll give you an example. If you're an IT and consulting, don't just say IT professional and consultant. That is so boring. That is so vanilla. Change it. You could say coding extraordinaire and growth hacking expert / brilliant speaker and powerhouse consultant. That was me just riffing it, but be more colorful and memorable. That's the key. Be memorable so that when they see it, it grabs their attention. You can check out people like Tara Hunt, Goldie Chan, or Adam Grant. They have fantastic ideas on what to do with the headline. Last piece, right below that is your summary. It gives you about 2,000 characters where you can describe a little bit about who you are. This is so important because oftentimes this is what recruiters read to identify if you fit into the culture of an organization. My advice, use narrative format and tell your story. Tell your hero's journey. If you're familiar with Marvel movies or superhero movies, describe why you are the superhero that you are today. Why you have powers that no one else has on planet Earth to do what you do. And use powerful SEO type words that attract people in your industry. If you're in sales, use those types of words. If you're in IT, or if you're in optical, or if you're in banking, use words that attract people in your industry, but that are also not vague or too buzzy. And then always end it with a clear call to action of how to get in touch with you, like your email or your cell phone number, because many recruiters, consultants, and others will stop at the summary right there. Now, there's a lot more to do on your LinkedIn profile, like work experience, education, endorsements, networking, etc. And as promised, anyone listening, you can go to my website, accountabilitynow.net /LinkedIn download and put in your email, and I'll make sure you get my LinkedIn Power Profile Guide. I normally sell that for $30. You'll get that absolutely free. Anybody listening, again, accountabilitynow.net /LinkedIn download. You put in your email, and you'll get that. It's a step-by-step guide to dress up your entire profile. Now, I want to talk about here, we're going to transition into step 2, which is your resume. Everybody wants to work on their resume. Everybody wants a great resume, and you do. I'm going to talk through just a couple of key tips on your resume. Number 1, your resume, its whole purpose is to just get you the appointment. It's to get you that interview. So it should read like a social media feed. You want to keep the person interested enough to stay engaged and keep scrolling. Keep engaged all the way down the document. If you overload your resume ever in any spot with too much content, or your information isn't interesting enough, or it's not dramatic enough or appealing enough, the hiring manager or the recruiter, they're going to get bored. They're not going to stay engaged, and they're going to move on. Your overview at the top has to entice the recruiter or hiring manager to move to the next step. The experience. And your first experience, it has to highlight, it has to be engaging enough that they want to read about your next career choice. And this is why you only want to include highlights that are interesting, powerful, and enticing. Make them want to meet you. Don't describe what you did every day. That's boring. Describe why you matter. Describe what you did that makes them want to learn more about why you are so amazing. And now tip number 2. This is so important. Details matter. Have multiple people look over your resume and make sure it is tight. Different perspectives appeal to different people. Little things like grammar, spacing, periods in the wrong places often go missed, and they will get flagged by these auto hiring engines, and it just disqualifies you instantly. Make sure your resume is 100% clean. Folks, unemployment is at 20% here in the United States. 33 million are already without jobs. I'm sure all of us know somebody indirectly that has been impacted. And again, if you know somebody that has been, or you know somebody who knows somebody who has been, you can send them to my site, accountabilitynow.net/LinkedIn download. Have them get that. Have them get started. And get them on a pathway to more prosperity. That's how we can help. That's how we can start. Over the next 4 days, we are going to cover all things job hunting. Tomorrow, job hunting versus applying. In 2 days, the magic 4-step interview, and then finally follow-up and mindset. It's all about jobs this week, folks. All about jobs. And if you want more content, you can, first of all, please review and subscribe on Apple and Spotify. You can follow me on Forbes, on Twitter @Don Markland, or Instagram executivecoach.don. You can check out my website, as we talked about, and my company, the best digital marketing agency in the world, 411 Locals. And this is the Morning Jolt.